Hello, good morning, and welcome to This Date in History, also known as TDH. This show is all about the events that occurred to date in years past, both recognized by actual historians, but mainly things that we personally find intriguing enough for us to bring to you. The sources of this information come from the smart device application. Today in History, what happened today in history?
Historical calendar.
And the website onthisday.com. For links to those sources, the music, and anything else potentially interesting, check the underbar of the description below. Anyway, I am A.O. Xander.
I am me.
And I'm me, Cleaver.
Today is Saturn's Day, also known as Saturday, July 30th, 2022. Why don't you start us off today, Sir Sohan?
Sure. 101 BC, the Battle of Vercellae. Roman army under Gaius Marius defeats the Cimbri in Casalpine Gaul, ending the Celto-Germanic threat on the Italian border with over 100,000 Cimbris killed.
Yeah, Gaul, which is generally where France is today, the Gallic tribes and whatnot. Ancient Rome was under threat by the Germanic tribes and the Gallic tribes. And right here it just said the threat on their border was over with 100,000, these people killed, which 100,000 today is a lot, but back then was a lot more.
Huge.
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Also, 762 AD. City of Baghdad founded by Abbasid Caliph Al-Mansur, just north of ancient Baghdad.
Now, what a lot of people don't know is Baghdad is literally built atop the ruins of
Babylon.
Yes, Babylon. So, yep. You want to look for the ancient gardens, they're somewhere there if they were, but
Start digging.
actually there's a whole thing about like the gardens not being in Babylon. They're just the gardens of Babylon, but they're in another city like 1,000 miles to the west.
Oh, really?
Or something. Yeah, I think it was from Bright Insight or something, or I don't know. Anyway, you have one more, sir.
What's that do? 1711.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
1178. Frederick I Barbarossa, Holy Roman Emperor, crowned King of Burgundy.
Cool. That's an interesting crown.
Yeah.
Just like wearing half a globe on his head. Moving on up into 1646, the English Parliament set King Charles I's Newcastle propositions. Huh. Alright. In 1653, Johan de Witt was sworn in as the Grand Pensionary of Holland. Alright. So some political things happening. And in 1775, Captain James Hook with Resolution returned to England. James Cook, not Hook. Cook.
I like Hook better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Cook, he was a pirate, right? Or he was a privateer or something?
No, man, he was
An
he was a
explorer.
person that discovered a lot of areas.
Yeah,
like-
it says
I
right
think he
here,
died in
explorer.
Samoa.
Yeah.
I think he died in Hawaii.
Ah. See, let me see. Let me open up his page here. Died. Killed in a fight with Hawaiians. That's
Yeah.
Well, they gave him a aloha.
Ha.
Yeah.
Okay, 1824. Gioacchino Rossini becomes manager of Theatre Italian Paris. Okay. 1863, President Abraham Lincoln issues an eye for an eye order to shoot a rebel prisoner for every black prisoner shot. Woo.
Dang.
Shit.
They don't talk about that, when they're talking about, white power, and all that stuff. All the liberals talking about all that.
Well,
Yeah.
pretty harsh, Eye for an eye.
Of course,
Yeah.
of course, you're not gonna talk about that shit because they was the losing team.
Yeah.
1914. After initial reluctant, Tsar Nicholas II of Russia is persecuted to decree a general mobilization in response to Austria-Hungary mobilization a few days earlier. Think of the thousands and thousands of men who can be sent to their deaths, he claims. Wow, what a dick.
Well, no, like, he was persuaded to decree that, so he didn't want to, but he was forced to because Austria-Hungary was going to invade them. And he said, think of all the men who will be sent, not who could be.
Okay.
Yeah, you misread that. So, like, you know, he was forced, you know, by his neighbors to do that. He's not some warlord, you know? Do you have one more, or is it my turn? I've lost count.
I got one more.
Alright.
1928, George Eastman shows the first amateur color motion pictures to guests at his New York house, including con man Thomas Anderson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's interesting. This is the first color motion pictures. 1928.
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Eastman teamed up with Kodak. You've heard of Eastman Kodak.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no. Like, motion pictures.
No, I know.
You know, first color video
Yeah.
and everything.
That's amazing.
Yeah, back then. Man, it took technology a long time to, you know, really mass produce. Moving on up into
There you go.
1942, FDR signed a bill creating the Women's Navy Auxiliary Agency, aka WAVES. Huh. Women's Navy Auxiliary Agency, but that does
Now,
not...
where's the S at? For
Well,
waves.
well, first off, it's supposed to be WNAA, so it's WNA. There's no V, there's no E. Navy doesn't start with an A. The only thing that makes sense is W for women's, but then
Yeah.
it just goes way off course.
Oh, shit. You got a good one.
Oh, 1945, after delivering the atomic bomb across the Pacific, the cruiser USS Indianapolis was torpedoed and sunk by Japanese submarine I-58. 880 of the crew died, many after being attacked by sharks. This was the inspiration for the movie Jaws.
Oh, jeez, really?
Yeah, this was
Yep.
this went down as still one of the most tragic events to ever happen to the Navy.
And they mentioned that too in the movie Jaws.
That's right. Wasn't the
That one-
the captain guy?
Boat captain.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was a survivor. And then in 1951, Ty Cobb testified before the Emanuel Seller Committee, denying that the reserve clause made pensions of baseball players, or denying that the reserve clause makes pensions or peons of baseball players. Why did I read it as pensions?
Denying that the
Yeah,
reserve clause.
yeah, I'm trying to make sense of this. Makes peons of baseball players. So makes them slaves, essentially.
Well,
'Cause a
that's
peon
what
is a slave.
that's what it was back in the day, especially Ty
Okay.
Cobb's day. Once you signed a contract with a baseball club, they owned you. And now they have contracts, they're term contracts, and they
Yeah.
negotiate them. But until then, you were totally
Okay,
to
so
win.
so Ty Cobbs was defending,
Apparently so. I don't know why, but as a ball player, I don't know why he was.
maybe because
Money.
Yeah, could be.
yeah.
Paid him a ton of money, and he said, "Okay, great, I love you guys."
Well, also he could have been like on a position, you know, by then, because
Position being what?
well, like, you know, up in the upper echelon, you know, or you know, mingling with those people who get, you know, who
Could be. I-
profited off of making them peons, you know.
If I were to guess, I would say it was money.
Yeah, well,
They
obviously.
paid him well to say things.
Yep. I think it's Stone's turn now, right?
Yes, 1954. Elvis Presley joins the Memphis Federation of Musicians Local 71.
All right.
Get him.
This guy-
1959, in his debut, San Francisco Giants future baseball Hall of Fame first baseman Willie McCovey goes 4 for 4 in a 7-2 win over Philadelphia Phillies at Seal Stadium.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, back in the day, him and Willie Mays teamed up. As a Dodger fan, I hated the Giants, of course. Boy, you feared those two guys. My goodness.
Yes. And in 1963, British spy Kim Philby is found in Moscow.
Uh-oh. That's not good. You have one more.
Well, that depends if he's found dead or not. This is
Well,
he's found.
That's true.
I mean, I think he was on his way there after he's been discovered. That's kind of how espionage works.
1965, Duke Ellington, Golden Brown, and the Green Apple premieres.
That's interesting.
Duke Ellington.
Golden Brown and the Green Apple. What does that even mean?
I think those are his recordings.
Ah, okay. 1965 as well, Lyndon B. Johnson signed the Medicare bill, which went into effect later in 1966. Alright? Government-sponsored, healthcare and stuff. Just makes more dependency on the people. 1969, Barbra Streisand opened for Liberance at International Hotel Las Vegas.
Liberace.
Oh, Liberace.
Yeah, it's Liberace.
Okay.
Where's his piano?
I don't know. Then in 1971, George Harrison released the single Bangladesh. Why did I read that as Liberance? Liberus.
Oh no.
How the hell would I guess Liberace out of that? I mean, like, I can see it now, but I mean,
Yeah, that's not an easy one.
No. I know the name, but...
Damn, man. Shit.
Your turn.
1977, I Just Want to Be Your Everything by Andy Gibb reaches #1 on the Billboard Hot 100.
Nice.
I never even heard of that song, so.
Same.
Me neither.
I'm surprised you haven't.
1990, George Steinberger is forced by Commissioner of Baseball Flage Vincent to resign as principal partner of the New York Yankees. Okay.
He probably even made that face, like,
Yeah.
why am I being forced to resign? I'm dead?
Confused Pikachu.
Yeah.
Huh?
Oh.
In 1990, Coach Graham Gooch scores. Oh, Gooch. 1990, Graham Gooch scores 123 beat India to follow first. Up to first 333 Indians.
I have no idea what that is.
It's cricket.
Oh,
Cricket.
But remember, it's the gooch.
Yeah, that's right.
The gooch.
Oh shit, you got a good one in 91.
Yep. 1991, heavy metal band Metallica released their single Enter Sandman. That is a good one, yes.
Metallica is Metallica.
Yep. Metallica, Metallica, Me-Talica. I don't know. You-Talica. We all scream for Talica. 1995, Richie Ashburn and Mike Schmidt entered baseball's Hall of Fame. Nice. And then 2002, Columbia Records released Bruce Springsteen's 12th studio album, The Rising. His first new record with the E Street Band since 1985 tops with the charts in 7 countries. Wow.
Boy, I didn't know he had that kind of gap with the E Street.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's pretty good.
Yes, it is. 2002. The accounting law referred to as the Sarbanes-Oxley Act signed into law by President George W. Bush.
Let me
Is that?
look that up here real quick. Sarbanes, it mandates certain practices in financial record keeping and reporting for corporations. So let's see here. Known as a Public Company Accounting Reform and Investor Protection Act in the Senate, and the Corporate Auditing, Accountability, Responsibility, and Transparency Act in the House, and more commonly known as the Sarbanes-Oxley or SOX or Sarbox, contains 11 selections that place requirements on all U.S. public company boards of directors and management and public accounting firms. A number of provisions of the Act apply to privately held companies, such as the willful destruction of evidence to impede a federal investigation. Alright. For further reading on this article, please refer to the underbar, which the link will be added to momentarily.
Well, in that case, that sounded like Hillary Clinton did something that violated that.
Well, yeah, because she's Hillary Clinton. Just by existing, she violates the very nature of the law.
Yes.
So,
2003, the last old-style Volkswagen Beetle rolls off the assembly line in Mexico.
Yeah.
Wow.
An end of an era.
That's
Yeah.
Singles here.
and
rolls
the
down my street.
Volkswagen Bugs.
Yeah.
Also, 2004, Harold and Kumar Go to White Castle, starring Cal Penn and John Cho, is released.
It's a good movie.
Yeah, I remember the previews for it. The Indian guy from Van Wilder and the Asian guy from American Pie
Oh my
get
god.
together to make the movie.
Huh.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's hilarious. Did they actually say that in the trailer? Like the Asian guy, the Indian guy.
Yes,
Like, oh, that would not fly today. Holy shit.
because no one knew their names. For
Yeah.
John Cho, all we know him as the MILF person.
Yeah. Is it still your turn?
I can do one more. 2017 British Senior Open Men's Golf Royal Hartcrawl. Bernhard Langer of Germany wins his third Open Senior title by 3 shots from Corey Pavin.
Ah,
The old man's tournament.
yep. Mullets.
Oh, this
No
fucker.
poof today.
No.
It's
no.
all yours.
2017 as well. China's president, Winnie the Pooh, had a 12,000 troop parade at Zuri Training Base, Inner Mongolia, marking 90 years since founding of the People's Liberation Army. Yeah. This Winnie the Pooh ass motherfucker. Also, 2017, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced U.S. diplomats in Russia cut by 755 in response to U.S. sanctions. So they removed 755 U.S. diplomats.
Yeah.
I didn't realize we had that many. Why do we have that many diplomats in Russia? Like, don't we only need like a dozen? Like what's the
I don't
like?
know.
Like that's a town, you know? Like
Well,
that's
I wonder how
ridiculous.
many they have here. If that's what they removed, how many were left?
yeah. 2018, official Malaysian investigation into the disappearance of flight MH370 was unable to determine what happened. So, yeah.
Is that the one they never found?
There's been several actually. So this is just one of them. But it all happened. There was 2 or 3 that just vanished within the course of 5 years. We've never had anything like that since really, and we haven't had anything like that before. And it's just crazy. Just all of a sudden these airplanes just started disappearing, and then it's like the Bermuda Triangle went out of bounds or something. Or maybe there is a Bermuda because I know there's a Dragon's Triangle. It's on the direct opposite side of the Earth, which is in the South China Sea area, south of Japan and everything. But maybe there's a triangle in Malaysia area. I don't know. There's more than just those 2. There's several areas. It's just the Bermuda Triangle's got all the press somehow.
Well, the one I was thinking about is the pilot turned off his indicators and everything like that, and he was flying. They couldn't see him,
Yeah,
so they didn't never know what happened to him.
weird. Anyway, so Hen, or is it my turn still?
I'm gonna do this one.
All right.
2020, Barack Obama gives the eulogy at the funeral of Congressman John Lewis with former Presidents George W. Bush and Bill Clinton at Ebenezer Baptist Church in Atlanta.
They should change that name, Ebenezer. That's way too close to geezer.
Geezer.
Yeah.
Well, humbug.
Huh. Dude, John Lewis kind of looks like the actor who plays Turk from Scrubs. A little bit.
He does.
He looks like an older version of him. He even has a little mustache and everything. Anyway, before we go into births and deaths, are there any articles that grabbed your attention more than most?
The first ever colorized video.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, that's interesting.
How about Abraham Lincoln and
The eye for the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Eye for
That
an eye.
was
Kidding
intense.
me?
When going gets tough, the tough get going,
Yeah.
And at a certain point, you have to understand that the only thing your enemies will understand is you can be more brutal than them. And that's when they will take the knee. Until then, it's just fighting. You gotta be the bigger dick on the block. You just got to. One for me, well, a couple for me though was the very first one at 101 BC. ending the Celto-Germanic threat to Italy's border. Over 100,000, Cimbri killed.
Yeah.
And all that. Like, that's crazy. And then city of Baghdad founded just north of ancient Baghdad, which I think ancient Baghdad is, what was it again, Soen? Why can't I remember?
Babylon.
Yes, that one. Why can't I remember Babylon? I certainly babble on, but I can't remember it, Anyway, moving on into bursts. Why don't you start us off here, Soen, with the first two?
Yeah. First two. 1818, Emily Bronte, English novelist, Wuthering Heights, born in Thornton, West Yorkshire.
Interesting.
And
Ooh.
in 1863, Henry Ford, American industrialist and auto shop maker, Ford Model T, born in Dearborn Township, Michigan. And he was also a raging anti-Semite.
Yeah.
Realize he was born before Abraham Lincoln was assassinated.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 1865?
Yeah.
66?
I think 65.
65, yeah.
And he's got Thomas Edison's dying breath in a vial.
Oh, he does. Weird. Really weird. 1890, Casey Stengel was born on this date. He was an American Baseball Hall of Fame outfielder. Got World Series in 1921 and also 1922 New York Giants. He was also a manager, 7-time World Series for the New York Yankees, and the New York Mets' first manager. Born in Kansas City, Missouri, dying in 1975. Dang. Look at those glasses. I want those glasses. Those are cool. Then we have Fatima Jinnah, born on this date in 1893. She was the mother of Pakistan, sister and close advisor of Muhammad Ali Jinnah, born in Karachi, Bombay Presidency, British India, dying in 1967. Yeah, the mother of Pakistan. She's referred to that as because, I guess she helped start the whole Pakistan thing,
I guess so.
Yeah. Sounds like it. Also, 1930, Peter Bogdanovich, American film director and producer, The Last Picture Show, Paper Moon, born in Kingston, New York. Died 22.
Wow, so he died this year.
Yeah.
So when did he die? He died January 6th. Huh. 2022.
Also, 1947, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh.
Austrian-American bodybuilder actor from The Terminator, Predator, Last Action Hero.
Jingle All the Way.
Oh, also, he was the politician, 38th governor of California, born in Dau, Austria.
He was the governor.
I'll be back.
It was Judgment Day for Jay Davis. Yeah, now we know he's a freaking Nazi. So, like what was he said? What was he said? Like screw your something. So when you remember that?
Freedom.
Yeah. It started screw your freedom or something like that. He was going on about masks and everything, and then we later found out that his dad was literally an SS agent for the Nazis.
What?
Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger's father served the Nazi, regime as an SS officer. So he has direct ties to that. And he's going, screw your freedom. He did. Screw your freedom. He was going off about. Anyway, 1960, Richard Linklater, born on this date. He is a U.S. filmmaker before Sunrise and Boyhood, born in Houston, Texas.
His father must have been Art Linklater, who was, probably one of the biggest daytime TV things when it first started. With kids. He had kids on his show and stuff like that.
Generation Baby Boomer. Wow. Famous directors. Linklater. Okay, what's this guy's name? Richard Linklater. So
Art Linklater's got to be his father.
let's see here. Spouse, children, parents. Charles W. Linklater III. That's his parent, and Diane Margaret.
So it wasn't Art Linklater.
Nope.
Okay.
This is why we look things up,
Yeah.
because we don't know. And was that my two? No.
No, you got one more.
Lawrence Fishburne. Hey, good actor. Born on the state in 1961, he is a U.S. actor. The Matrix, CSI, Apocalypse Now. Born in Augusta, Georgia. It's Morpheus.
Yeah, no, I know.
Also, people be forgetting he was also Cowboy Curtis. Woo wee!
Oh, he was Cowboy Curtis?
Yes, that's Cowboy Curtis.
Awesome. I remember Cowboy Curtis from the Ultimate Showdown of Ultimate Destiny.
No, Cowboy Curtis from Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Yeah, I never saw Pee-wee's Playhouse, but I know the name.
Good. Well, 1963, there's Lisa Kudrow, American actress Phoebe Buffy on Friends, born in Los Angeles, California. Oh, it's Phoebe.
Yeah.
No one cares.
Yep.
Christopher Nolan, English film director, Inception, The Dark Knight trilogy, and Interstellar. Born in London, England.
What year was he born?
1970.
1974, Hilary Swank joined us. She is a U.S. actress. Boys Don't Cry and $1 Million Baby. Born in Lincoln, Nebraska. Then we have Hope Solo. What? 1981, a U.S. soccer player, U.S. Women's National Team goalkeeper, born in Richland, Washington. Hope Solo.
But does he solo?
I don't know. Hope Solo. That sounds like a Star Wars name, you know?
Yeah.
Moving on into deaths. Starting us off in the year of 1683, Maria Theresa of Spain was the queen of Louis XIV of France, died at the age of 44.
That here.
Yeah, I know, I was just about to say, look at that. You know, up top right there. Then, 1718, we lost William Penn. He was an English philosopher, a Quaker, and the founder of Pennsylvania. No cross, no crown. Died at the age of 73. And apparently, contrary to popular belief, he is not the guy on the Quaker Oats packaging. That's just a generic what a Quaker would look like. That just so happened to be this guy. He's just a generic what a Quaker would look like. You know, he just fits the mold.
Yeah.
Kind of like that one hipster who got like all pissed off that like there's some news story or something saying that all hipsters look the same.
No, it was I think it was a Vice article.
Yeah,
all hipsters looking the same.
Yeah, it was some article, so maybe on Vice or whatever. But anyway, it said all hipsters look the same, and he had accused them of using a picture of him because he saw like, oh my god, that's me. It wasn't him. Thank you for proving the point. You know. Oh, you got a good one here. Damn.
That's what I do. 1898, Otto von Bismarck, German Iron Chancellor, dies at 83.
Yes. Yes, big name.
Let's say it's a huge name. Also, 1918, Joyce Kilmer, American poet, dies at 31. Wow, that's a boy's name?
Joyce, apparently. I don't know.
I wonder why he fucking died.
Oh my god. No wonder why he became a poet. I'm just good with words, and I want to write things down. Gender dysphoria. Anyway.
Joyce, that's a girl's name.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that makes me wonder, like, because my name can be used for both. For some reason, it's determined that it's like a unisex name.
So this is unisex.
Yes. 1996, we lost Claudette Colbert, was a French-born U.S. actress. It happened one night. Well, it did happen one night. She died of a stroke at 93. It happened that night.
Yeah.
So. Then, 1997, Bao Dai died on this date. He was the last emperor of Vietnam from 1926 to 45. He was also chief of state of South Vietnam from 1949 through 1955. Died at the age of 85. Dang.
Mm-hmm. And 2007, Bill Walsh, American Pro Football Hall of Fame coach, San Francisco 49ers, died of leukemia at 75.
Dang.
Damn.
Leukemia sucks.
2007, Ingram Bergman, Swedish stage and film director, Cries and Whispers. dies at 89. He had him crying and whisper.
Aw. And that concludes the show. Once again, you can check the underbar for, or the description, for any links that you may find interesting, which also includes
Sohin TV on Twitch.
And Muffin's YouTube channel. He's working on the second part of his Italian trip. And you can also find everything else on OMNI Coalition. This channel is my personal channel, at least on the AO Xander if you're watching the live stream. But OMNI Coalition has its own YouTube. It has a BitChute. It has an Odyssey. It has a Rumble. Go check all that stuff out. Anyway, we stream every day at 10 in the morning Pacific time.
12 Central.
Yep. For all of you and all of us, I am AO Xander.
Me.
Meet Cleaver.
And you are you. And until you catch us tomorrow, don't forget to check right and left at every intersection, rate 5 thumbs, and subscribe. Until then, toodles. Let's go, Brandon.
And don't forget to tuck the homies in good night.